Nothing on the Bonnell Foundation Living with Cystic Fibrosis podcast should be considered medical advice. Medical advice can only come from your CF physician. Cystic fibrosis can be a devastating diagnosis, but living with the disease can bring positivity and a new appreciation for each day. From the Bonnell Foundation in Detroit, Michigan, it's the Living with Cystic Fibrosis podcast. Here's your host, Laura Bonnell.
Megan, you are the founder of Project CF Spouse. And just tell me what made you think of doing this sort of foundation?
So when I met my husband, I had been a respiratory therapist for a little while, and I had worked with CF patients and kind of got an insight into what their lives were like in a hospital setting, and kind of felt like I understood what it was going to be like to date someone and then, eventually marry someone based on kind of the things that I'd seen in the hospital. And I kind of got culture shock when we started dating, and he got admitted that it was nothing like what I thought it was going to be. So I started looking for resources to see what was out there for other spouses or other people in my position, and there was nothing. I found tons of information on parenting a child with CF, having a sibling with CF, grandkids, those kind of situations, but there was nothing for a romantic partner. So I thought, this is not going to work, and I wanted to change it. And thankfully, the CF Foundation has their impact grants, and it kind of gave us the opportunity to do something like this. And so in 2016, we applied for an impact grant. We were very well received, and we have thrived since then.
That's good. How has it been received across the country?
It's very well received. Rob jokes that I'm a stalker.
And Rob, he's a spouse.
He is a spouse, yes,
CF.
and he's also one of our board members.
Okay.
I kind of watch threads on social media, and I see, anytime I see the CF Foundation post something, if there's a spouse that comments, hey, I need something like this for me, I reach out to those individuals. I've been very proactive with reaching out to the foundation chapters, the social workers and the clinics, because I want them to know that this resource is there, because historically speaking, it's not been there. It's not something that I think people even know to look for. And so we're trying to change that and have it be something that is in the clinics. I want to put a packet together to have available to anybody that comes in that's looking for it, to say, hey, this exists. If you need help, we're here.
And what are your plans for the future with your organization?
To grow and grow and grow. Honestly, we talk about this every day, and I feel like it changes every time we talk about it because something new comes up. The biggest thing is it will always come back to CF, with finding a cure, raising awareness, just doing all of that. But also I want us to be able to kind of light the path for younger people who have CF as they come up and they get married and they go, just to continue to have new resources that change and evolve with how the CF world changes and evolves.
And do you find with Trikafta coming out that it's a whole new spouse world?
Maybe. I know that our spouse world is very excited about it because, all of our spouses are mostly older people with CF. And so we're kind of trying to see, okay, we can halt progression, and this is going to be just huge for that. But I'm hopeful that the dynamic that we see of how CF is affecting our partners going forward is going to change with Trikafta and then the new stuff that they come out with.
And how is your husband doing?
He's good. He's good. He's doing well. We're hopeful that he will be able to start Trikafta in the near future.
And what does he think about it, his perspective of what you're doing?
He thinks it's great because he saw the struggle that I had with not having anybody to talk to. I feel like in the early stages of my life as a CF wife, I spent more time clarifying, yes, he has to be in the hospital again. Yes, this is what's happening. No, he's not contagious, versus finding any kind of support. And so I think that he sees how impactful what we've done is, and he's very supportive of it.
Okay. And then we'll bring Rob in to talk. Come on. And so what's your wife's name?
My wife's name is Jennifer Ronnenberg.
Jennifer. And so how long have you been married?
We actually just got married earlier this year on February 26th. It was live broadcast on a TV show where we were able to speak and really for the cause of cystic fibrosis awareness.
So tell me how you heard of this program and why you got involved.
So my wife had October 19th of 2017 her double lung transplant. And it was after going through her health decline and the transplant workup, transplant and everything else that I recorded a video of her taking her first breaths when they extubated her, and that it went viral. Megan Parker actually found me and contacted me after that and said, hey, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but we have an organization for people like you, the spouses or partners of people with cystic fibrosis. So I got involved after that and was kind of a part of the community and thought, this is fantastic. Where was this a few years ago? This is just what I needed. And I was fortunate enough that she asked me to become a member of the board of directors to really help shape and help the program progress.
Did you feel like I finally found a group that I can talk to, or what happened when you connected with Megan?
It was fantastic. So being a spouse, or at the time we weren't married yet, a partner of somebody with cystic fibrosis, I felt very much on an island. Everybody would ask all the time, how is Jennifer doing? How is she doing? This and that. And it's great, but they don't understand behind the scenes all the work that it takes to love and support somebody with CF as a romantic partner. And so having this group now of people that are going through it or have been through it or will go through it that I can share stuff with too has been absolutely amazing. It is definitely a home for me to have people to reach out to and help and connect with.
And as I shared with you, my 22-year-old has a boyfriend who is not fazed by the disease, has gone through so much with my youngest daughter, stayed in the hospital with her, reminds her, not that she needs reminding, but hey, do your pod haler before we go to work and things like that. And it is, it's fantastic. It is a relief as a parent to know that they can find someone who won't say, no, you're too much work, never mind.
She's a lot of work without the CF. So sorry, I think of everything that we've been through to get where we are today. And I think I had mentioned this, but she is beautiful and an amazing person, just appreciates life every single day. Everything about her is wonderful. And she, as nice as that sounds, she told me that when she knew I was the one, she had a coughing fit one day, and then she started coughing up blood, and then she started throwing up because she was coughing so hard. And I sat there and held her hair and just hung out in the bathroom with her through this whole thing. And that's what it is. It's just love through all of life's difficulties. I'm sorry.
No, and you're getting so emotional, and I'm with you on that, because I could cry watching Christian's love for Emily, regardless of the disease. It is, you're both it's love. That is love. That is, I don't know why I'm surprised, but you understand now. It just adds more, right? It just adds more to what you're going through and everything. So in everything she's doing, do you feel like you get enough support? And
the thing that I like most with Project CF Spouse is, you have this community of people that, like I said, they've been through it, they're going through it, they will, just that are out there that understand, because they're in the house, they're caring for the person, they know what it's like to be a caregiver and that love interest on things. One of the things that we do that I really, really appreciate is a monthly spouse call where, we have spouses, boyfriends, girlfriends, whatever, that we get on a group video chat, or some people just call in on the phone just to listen, where we talk about stuff in the industry, stuff with our organization, and Project CF Spouse, but then also just how people are doing. How are you doing? Paul was talking about his wife and some of the struggles they've had recently, but how it's having that community of people that understand it and really get it, that you can kind of talk to. You don't have to go into great detail. You just that they're there to listen and be there to support you, and that is one of the best things I think about what we do.
And I think I can relate to you as a mom of someone who has CF. When I talk to my friends who don't have any kids with CF, how's everything? Everything's great. Everything's great, she's doing good. But when you talk to a CF mom, you're like, you get it. Everybody gets it. There's the safe space, it's different. you can say things that each other that they understand.
You are exactly correct, and that understanding, I think, is one of the things that really is. It's hard to find outside of that, like-minded organization. That's what I like so much about Project CF Spouse is having that. How is she doing? It's a good day. It's a good week.
Yeah.
Things are going pretty good, or they're not going real great. But
Right.
you don't have to explain it because people know.
And she had her double lung transplant.
She did.
You showed me the video when she took her first breath, which is amazing. So, how is she doing now? And the two of you?
She is doing fantastic. Again, little health hurdles here and there we run into, but she is working as a photographer. She has her own studio, so she can set her hours, what she does, when she does it, and she absolutely loves it. That is her dream job. Thanks to her father and some family that helped kind of get up and running with equipment and everything else. It just appreciating and loving each and every day. We don't know how long we have, and we're just gonna enjoy what we get.
Because a lung transplant, of course, isn't a cure.
Correct.
But there's the added complication of being, having a transplant and all those meds. What would you say when you talk to other spouses of somebody who has CF? What are maybe the big concerns or what you hear, consistently?
I think some of the stuff that we hear a lot of it's kind of what we talked about. People don't really understand it, Oh, how is so-and-so doing? Okay, well, I hope they get better. Well, they're not going to get better, but they're going to have good days and bad days, It's just that consistent, positive attitude, knowing, what, we're going to get through this. We'll keep going, we'll do what we have to do. A transplant isn't a cure, but when you swap out the inability to breathe for other issues and things that happen, it's a lot easier to have a better day when your gastrointestinal system's acting up or something's happening when you're able to breathe. When she rolls over at night, she just rolls over. She doesn't start coughing and have to get up and then goes to the bathroom because she's going to be sick or something because she coughed too hard. It's those little things that, as things happen, we just keep going forward. Don't give up.
And so, what advice, if any, would you give to someone who's maybe they're not a spouse, maybe they're dating, maybe whatever it is? What kinds of advice would you give to them?
It's going to be a rough journey, but it is absolutely, completely worth it. I have never met anyone in my life that is more appreciative of the little things every day than my wife. And I have found a lot of CFers, that's just it. They're just happy to be here, to be alive, and have another day to keep going forward. So it has made me a better person for sure, just for knowing her and being in her life. So it's difficult, but it is absolutely worth it.
And we didn't talk enough about it, but what is the monthly call?
So we do a monthly spouse call, and we have a video chat where everybody can log in, and kind of that face-to-face connection of people to just talk about how things are going, connect. It's we all have our different senses of humor, but it's people going through the same situations or understanding it, where we all talk, and some people call in and just listen, just to know there's a group out there that they can have as a resource if they need it. But having that face-to-face video chat, that connection to people, really helps to keep things in perspective. And I don't know, it's like it's our own little family group of people that know, the secret club, because other people don't really get it, but we do.
And then if someone wants to find out more information about Project CF Spouse, where do they go?
You can go to our website at projectcfspouse.com. We also have a public open Facebook group, and then there's a closed group that is only for the spouses or partners of people with CF. And the reason we have it closed is so we can have people be free to talk and share. Sometimes they ask questions about, we're doing this treatment, what's your experience been like? Sometimes it's, oh my word, they're so stubborn, how do you guys deal with them every single day? And to just sharing the good things. We had Olivia got married not too long ago to her long-term boyfriend and shared their wedding pictures. It's just that community of people that understand.
Is there anything else that you wanted to add that we didn't talk about that is important in what you're all doing?
I think one of the most important things that we are doing is just offering a place to go for people that want information, want to connect, want to know they're not alone. And so that's what we're here for, is to share, to offer those resources, and just have somebody that says, hey, you don't have to say anything, I get it, I understand.
Wonderful. Rob Ronnenberg, thank you so much.
Thank you.
This has been the Living with Cystic Fibrosis podcast. For more information and to learn more about the Bonnell Foundation, check them out online at thebonnellfoundation.org. That's BONNELL foundation.org. Or follow us on social at The Bonnell Foundation.